very philosophical, right? They're very Donald Trump-esque, where they say a lot, stuff sounds great, but you didn't tell me what you're going to do specifically to deal with ISIS.
How the hell do you know? How many libertarian debates have you listened to?
A few.
Really? Name one.
What do you mean name one? Do I have to give you the time and date?
That would be nice.
I don't have that.
All right. You haven't listened to any libertarian debates?
I haven't?
No.
Okay.
Because they've never shown any.
Yes, they do them online all the time.
Oh, online.
This is
that's
the first
a real thing.
Well, I wouldn't listen to anything and believe anything I hear online.
I wouldn't either.
Why are you quoting what air quotes? Nobody can see them.
Online.
All right. You're really annoying.
I know.
Okay.
All right. So what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I don't have any up-to-date information. There was a shooting today at a Greyhound, not the dog, but the bus station or a bus stop in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah. Shooter's dead.
A few people hurt. I mean, a handful.
A couple officers, life-threatening injuries.
Yeah, one at least. The shooter's dead. Apparently, I don't know why. Like I said, I haven't really looked in a couple hours, so I don't know if there's up-to-date information or not. But I think there were like maybe 10 people were injured. So that's terrible. I don't know what the deal was. It did get me to think, though, and I think we may have talked about this before. Cause
probably a Sanders supporter.
When I first heard of this and I saw 3 people injured, I thought, that's a mass shooting, right?
No.
Are you sure?
3 dead.
3 dead?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
3
No,
killed.
that's a mass murder.
Right, that's the definition of a mass shooter. Its shooting is 3 dead.
Oh, never mind then.
Which could include the shooter.
Okay. No, moving on.
Changed from 4.
Anyway, terrible news regardless of what happened. My guess is it's kind of isolated. It's not like a huge terrorist thing, and it's not an indictment on gun rights, which is what it'll be turned into. But,
sure.
Okay.
I'd rather talk about cultural appropriation.
Yes, I think we should. I think we should do that because it's been bugging me lately.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, no. So cultural appropriation, basically, it's this relatively new idea of dominant groups, right? Meaning majorities, non-minorities, meaning white people.
I think that's a culture.
Right, but what they're doing is they're appropriating. They're borrowing, air quotes, borrowing things from cultures other than their own.
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. So if black people wear Levi jeans, they are appropriating white culture?
Yeah,
because
essentially.
Cowboys wore those.
Yeah. And I actually I haven't seen it too much with African American minorities. Where I've seen it
they wear blue jeans.
Is Native Americans. Not the Native Americans, it's white people that are having the problem with this, but where I've seen it the most lately is moccasins for babies, right? Because we have a crap ton of moccasins for our baby.
You do?
And we do. And my
because they're practical, easy to get on, functional.
And they're cute. My wife likes them.
Yeah.
Okay? My grandma used to sell them. She may have been Native American, but I don't think so. There's a huge thing. My wife's a member of a bajillion Facebook groups, right up, whatever. People actually get angry at people that are selling moccasins if they're a white person, or people that are buying moccasins for their white baby, because it's so horrible that you're stealing the idea of moccasins, right? Which came from Native Americans. You're stealing it and you're using it as a white person.
I don't know if that's true. I imagine that type of footwear is a cultural universal around the world.
So
with variations.
I mean, there's other instances, right? So Miley Cyrus, she twerks. She's famous for twerking.
What's that? Is that
came
Indonesia?
It came from hip hop and crunk dancing,
not
right?
Crunk.
So yeah, so that's terrible because what it does, Brian, is it takes you as a white person. Like, let's say you twerk. Everyone looks at you and they say, gee, Brian, you're really edgy. You're really innovative. You came up with that dance move. You must have come up with it because you're a white person. And then you look and you say, you hip-hop people, right? These black people, they're the minority. They're not innovative at all, so they must not be smart because I see this white person doing it. I see this white baby wearing moccasins. Obviously, the Native Americans couldn't have come up with moccasins.
I don't see the connection.
Yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Well, I'll give you an excuse or an example too. Is dreadlocks? Do you see the video where the black woman was chastising?
Hippies have been wearing dreadlocks for a long time.
It's not hippies. Dreadlocks go back to ancient Greece and Rome. They were wearing dreadlocks in their statues that are 3,000 years old.
And you're saying it's not hippies that are wearing dreadlocks now?
Of wearing dreadlocks, and there's been dreadlocks throughout almost all kinds of cultures in India, in Asia. In the Middle East, and to think that dreadlocks belong to black people is ignorance on the part of this woman.
To think that anything belongs to any cultural group is ignorance, right? I mean, the idea that moccasins were created maybe by Native Americans, that only Native Americans...
cultural universal.
Right. Well, I think so, but whoever created them. So, I mean, the idea, what really ends up playing into it is if a white person sells them, it's a problem that they're making money off of something that came from a minority group.
I'm not making...
Which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I'm not making money off of my dreadlocks.
No, I know. I'm talking about my personal experience with this crap.
And I'm talking about my dreadlocks.
I like your dreadlocks. They're kind of spiky and short.
Yeah, I cut them all off.
Clean.
They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah. All right. I didn't actually. I'll be very honest. I didn't know that this was a real thing. That it was like this big of a deal. Yeah. I knew that the idea of the majority taking advantage of minorities and that sort of thing, keeping them down. I didn't know that it was a real thing. That goes as deep as if your baby's wearing moccasins.
It's just like damn white people that eat chop suey. If you eat oh, wait a minute. That was invented by a white guy in San Francisco.
Well, no, but...
in a restaurant. All right, never mind.
Eating it's all right. If you... As long as you buy it from an Asian.
I'm not. It was invented by a white guy.
I don't care who it was invented by.
My point is, chop suey isn't really Asian. All right, so, yeah, dreadlocks, moccasins. You could do it with anything. Oh, there was that.
It's insanity.
That was that governor of like South Dakota, North Dakota, whose daughter is in a rock band, and she wore an Indian headdress, and they gave her all kinds of problems because you can't wear a Native American headdress because
I think
terrible.
Being offended by crap like that is stupid. But I do also see a distinction between something that you do that may be seen as mocking a culture.
Yeah.
I can understand. I don't think it's right, but I can understand being offended if somebody is mocking a culture.
Well, so what?
Right. No, I agree with you. But I do think that's different.
So like the Washington Redskins, where they mock the Native Americans every day.
That's also insane.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying there's a difference if she was dancing around in a headdress and being potentially mocking or offensive. That's different.
She wasn't.
That's different than us actually finding utility in something that was apparently created by Native Americans.
Right. Well, the word moccasin might be some Native American roots. Probably that's even incorrect. All right. I like this. There was a meme going around where it says Hillary complains about hedge fund managers making more than 10,000 kindergarten teachers do in 100 years.
Yeah. It is sad that they were successful.
It's funny that
really
Goldman Sachs paid her 15 times a kindergartner's teacher's salary for a 20-minute speech.
Yeah.
So screw you, Hillary. Screw you. Really quick, let's get fiscal. Let's get fiscal. Let me hear your money talk. Missouri House has a resolution to say, stop saying physical when you mean fiscal. It's fiscal, not physical. All you stupid Missouri House of Representative electees. In Missouri, stop saying physical. Fiscal.
And people will be annoyed and say, why are they wasting their time and wasting our money doing this sort of thing?
And I would be one.
I know you would be one.
Yeah.
I am saying, you know what? They could be passing some stupid regulation.
That's true. This is at least just a resolution.
Let them. If I have to pay taxes,
I see what you're saying.
They can spend my tax money doing that.
They're doing no harm when they do this.
Right, except for people with speech impediments. It's a little discriminatory.
Yeah. The thingamathoi. So I don't know who's saying physical.
And you still think that I was offensive when I said Italian.
Yeah, Italian.
All right. We're out of time. See you next week.
Bye-bye.